These are 16 tips on how to land your first AI agency client from someone who made $400,000 selling AI solutions in the past 2 years. Target companies based on their tech stack. Currently, there is no problem when it comes to AI personalization. If you know your ICP offer and the price, you can ask AI to analyze company website and create unique angles that you'll use in the DMs or emails. The thing is to find the companies that could potentially be interested and pre-qualify them. One of the ways to do that, if you are, for example, selling simple chatbots, which I don't recommend you to do, you can scrape HTML information from your potential prospect and see that they're here, for example, using Intercom. And you can say, hey, we see that you're using Intercom, it sucks, here's why, and here's what we have. Same thing can be applied for the phone numbers. If you see that the phone number is located on top of the page, it means that the company wants customers to give them a call. And this could be potentially a good prospect for inbound voice AI callers. Target companies who are hiring for a certain role. You can go to Indeed or LinkedIn job search and see the businesses that are looking for a certain people. Here, they're looking for sales development representative, and they're, for example, like looking to pay them 100 grand a year. You can reach out and say, hey guys, so that you're looking for a sales rep and you're gonna pay them like 100 grand. By the way, we can build you an AI thing that will be better, faster, and cheaper. Do you want to see a demo? Find lookalike companies to target. If you have your ideal ICP, you can go to Ocean.io and find companies that are similar, and then you can leverage the company names in your outreach saying, hey, these guys already using and exploring AI. Are you looking to do something similar? And if you have the case studies in the niche, you can also include them in your messaging. And use social-based triggers or social-based targeting. You can use something like Triggerfied or a few more softwares where you can look for a certain set of prospects that you have, and when something is happening on their profiles, do a certain thing. Actually, you can use the same thing if you're using, for example, Browser AI, and see and monitor what's happening with the prospect websites. And if they are, for example, like adding a new product, this could potentially be a trigger and a good opening sentence saying, hey guys, we saw that you actually added a new product recently. You're probably looking to market it up. Here's what we can offer. Partnerships are still one of the best ways to land your first client. Obviously, it depends on who you are and what you're trying to do, but you need to understand that the personal connections beat money value. Partnerships is obviously all about the value exchange. So if you are going to be a development partner and develop the things on the back end, you need to find someone with a business experience that will help you to sell the products. From my experience, we have a network of about 10 to 15 partners from time to time. And they are interested primarily in me, in partnering up with me, rather than like making money. Just because, again, because of our business model, we have a higher checks. We're working with medium to large to enterprises. And these guys that have connections within the industry already are, they are not looking for a few grand to make. They are looking for a long-term growth or just exploring the niche, and they want to communicate with someone like me that has an experience. That's why, for example, I tend to notice that people that have like a sport background or a sport lovers tend to like me more, just because I have a hockey background. I've been playing professional hockey for my whole life, and I am actually leveraging this point to start the conversation and to be more likable to someone. But if you are doing the revenue share, you need to give at least 40% to your partner. And the seventh tip is actually to ask them for the introductions and not the sales. Now, picture you are finding an expert, consultant, or a person with a connection in a certain niche. And if you reach out to them and say, hey, I will, we have, an AI development team. We can build such great tools. So if you sell these services for us, we can give you 20%. I can guarantee that almost no one will be interested. Guys, even me, with my brand, with all of our public case studies, when I was offering a lower revenue share, people were just not interested. Yeah, sure, they care about personal connections and it beats money, but money still very important. That's why if you're starting out, you can do the 50-50% split, and you can tell them, it's very important. You can make sure they understand that you're not looking for the sales, you're looking for the introductions. It is your job to sell your services because you are the one who knows it better than anyone. So if there is a consultant who has the connections, he just needs to introduce you to the companies and say, hey, guys, I partner up with, like, for example, they say, we partner up with the Israeli startup, do you want to talk to them? And when they connect, make an introduction, I am selling, I am the one who is pitching the services. And if they agree, we do the, in our case, 70 to 30% revenue split. But again, if you're starting out, I would say go more. Don't ask for permissions to build and then ask. This is the thing when you are like reaching out to the company, and especially if you're working with a partner, you're saying, hey guys, are you like looking for this? We can build you the demo. And now this is kind of a middle zone when no one knows what's going on just because they are not ready to go with it yet. They don't want to spend the time for it. So what instead you can do, if you have a partner and you can make, like, that you can reach out to this company, you can build them something already, right? So you will have a pilot, a demo, a prototype, or a pre-pilot, what we call. And with this pre-pilot, your partner will reach out to them and say, hey, I partner up with this Israeli startup. They actually build you the thing. So do you want to, get on the call? They'll just show you, no commitments. You don't need to pay for anything. Make it as easy as possible for your partner to book the call. Make them interested on the financial side to give the revenue split, and try to find the guys that you can relate to, that can relate to you by creating personal connections. On the development side, join OnePrompt, the link in the description. This is where you can get 6 ready to sell solutions that are production ready. You can deploy them tomorrow and start reselling them. You don't need to wonder what works or what doesn't. You can just rely on our experience of getting the tools that we've been selling for multiple 4 figures for the past 2 years and start adapting them to your specific niche. Focus on the demos and not the pilots, because and the pilots and not the actual final product, because this is the 80% of your success. Again, if you go with us, it's easier just because you would have something already built in. You can spend a few weeks and this is your pilot. If you are developing everything from scratch, understand that you need to make a wow effect. If you are building even a pre-pilot, usually it's not gonna work like, hey guys, this is the pilot, it will do so many things, this is just a very simplified version, don't look at like this. You need already to give them an understanding, a clear picture of how it's gonna look. Not all people have a vision to see and visualize how it's gonna look when they pay you a few $1,000. That's why you need to spend time on the pre-production process when you are building the demos and the pilots. Again, and this is one of the reasons why we developed the OnePrompt license and the actual platform, that you can go and get the things that has been already built and use them for your specific use case. Link in the description. Prioritize higher one-time setup fees over retainers. Pretty controversial topic. This is my agency model. I am relying on one-time payments more than a monthly retainers. That's why I tell in all of my videos that my agency is making right now between 20 to $35,000 every month, but it fluctuates just because we are really making money. Like most of the money that we are making come from the one-time payments. Again, this is not the best model for you to go afterwards, but when you are starting out, it's easier to justify the one-time cost if you are building something and developing something. If you ever like talk to customers already, you understand that they care about the monthly cost. So if you you do not need to make it free, you need to obviously cover all of your costs and make some room for the margins for you to keep the system up to date, but you do not really want to make it a priority to try to get the first client and make them pay money for a predictable outcome, which is the one-time payment over the retainers. Don't afraid to hire low-cost developer. The barrier of entry in the AI space is very low. A lot of you guys have no experience with agencies, with services, with business, and you're trying to make it in the AI space. Why? Because the barrier of entry is low. There are so many no-code tools. There are things like one prompt where you literally subscribe and get the things that my agency was. Again, so I'm not trying to sell it to you right now. I'm just giving you the overall picture that for a fraction of the cost, you're getting the things that we've been selling for $5, $6, $10,000. Okay, and the same thing applies with all of the tools. So there's so many people coming into the space, and imagine if you understand if you learn the business side of AI agency things, right? You will have so much leverage over all other people that are focusing on technical aspects, and you can hire them because you already have the clients. You understand how to get them. And you can hire them for $400, $500, $600, $700, sometimes full time, to develop the solutions for you, just because they have an experience, they play around with these different tools, but they never been able to sell it to the final customer. Now, the content. Don't make it your only acquisition channel. I know that you might look at me and say, hey, Eugene, you got, some kind of influence. You have a LinkedIn profile, you have 2 YouTube channels, you have a newsletter, and you're getting clients from there. Yeah, sure. So already more than 50%. So it's 50 to 60% of the clients that come to us on the daily basis come from my content. We have much more prospects when it comes to cold outreach, but on the content, it's still it is the main priority for us. But it took a while. And I can tell you that it is very hard to keep it up consistent on the long term. Just because, back to the previous point, so many people come into the space. So many people are trying to record videos on what they do. So if you will start making content, doesn't matter what channel, with a thinking that, hey, this is how I am going to get the clients, you will probably fail, because it will take at least a year, okay? Just picture you making content consistently, like me, 2-4 times a week, and you will start getting your first clients in 12 months. Are you ready for it? Probably not. That's why you need to start doing that. It will help you with the cold outreach. It will help you with the partnerships, of course, but you do not need to make it the number one priority. Be realistic on who is watching and who is your audience. I see that a lot of people kind of miscalculate this. Guys, in reality, 90% of who's watching this video are the people that looking to sell and not looking to use our agency service. And I know that you can say, hey, Eugene, you're literally saying in the beginning of the video that this video is for AI agency owners. Yeah, sure, I get it. But if I would only focus on the case studies that we build for the clients, on the use cases, on the technical aspects, still, if you're selling it to the businesses, most of your audience will be the guys like you who's trying to do the same thing. And that's okay. This is just how, the game works. But you need to be realistic, and more you talk about the sales and the offers and the AI agency aspect and your journey, more you will attract people that are similar to you. And I'm aware of this. That's why I, for example, launched the One Prompt, which is my startup that is helping you guys. So it's not helping the business owners that we serve through my agency. This is intended to target you guys, and that's why I'm making this video. So you need to be realistic. You just need to understand who your audience is and what is your goal. Focus on one video and one text platform. I would not recommend you to focus on only one channel, for example, like YouTube, just because if you are recording and spending time on doing a video on a YouTube, you can repurpose this type of the content on any of the text-based channels on X, Twitter, or Instagram potentially, which is the short form. It's still more to the video side, or on LinkedIn. Guys, I actually don't have this tip, but this would be the 17th tip. Do not use AI, please. You are not that busy. I run and post everything myself. I mean, I schedule all the posts, obviously, but I create all the posts myself. I run the scripts and the ideas for this channel myself. So I'm not using it. And it's not because it's not good enough. I just like to feel what I'm teaching, right? So I want to stay up to date myself and make my brain think what you guys might like, okay? So this is just my way of doing things. That's why if you are, for example, focusing on one channel like YouTube, which I would recommend you to do, also start posting on LinkedIn. But now, if you're talking text platforms, why not to post on LinkedIn and X? On X, you would need to chunk down the the posts a little bit. It's not too much work, and you can schedule it up. So be smart about choosing the platforms and build a newsletter. That was the game changer for me. This is, I think, what differentiates me from most of the guys on the space from day one. Literally, if you go back 150 videos, I was gathering people to my newsletter. I have a newsletter of about 7,000 subscribers right now, and it's a huge source of primarily partnerships, which is funny, and not the clients for me. But the partnerships resolve in the clients. So this is that was the part why I became and why my agency, I can consider my agency successful, because I started to build a newsletter, and because you do not own your audience, right? You're just renting the space on the YouTube or on Instagram or LinkedIn, and the newsletter is what you actually own. And now the bonus channel. Here is how exactly you can get your first client. Reach out to 10 people in the industry. Let's say you choose the industry, and it's better if you understand the industry, if you can already talk the same language. So reach out to the 10 people that you understand, have an experience within a certain niche. They have connections, or maybe they've been offering services, they've been offering marketing services, they've been developing websites, they've been doing the SEO for these guys, and say that you have the thing that their potential audience can use, their potential clients can use. When I say reach out to 10 people, it means that you need to hop on 10 calls with them. You probably would need to reach out to hundreds of potential partners. But I can guarantee that if you have 10 calls with people, again, with connections, with potential partners that have clients within a niche, if you have 10 calls, and on the call to the partners, you'll say, hey guys, imagine this is the thing that we can build for your clients. Let's partner up together on the 50% split. You do not need to sell. Just introduce us to them. I guarantee you will close at least a high ticket client. If you don't, send me DM, send me screenshots of 10 sales calls that you did, and I will give you the free consultation and will personally help you to land the client. It's not gonna happen, because if you do everything correctly, you'll 100% land someone.